Yes, guys, yes, people, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to your first ever match reaction of the Chelsea's Premier League season 2023-2024. And what could have been a happy video turns out to be like a bit of okay video disappointment, but a bit happy at the same time because the seventh time in a row that Chelsea Liverpool face each other and it ended Chelsea won, Liverpool won. So seven straight times. So it looks like these two teams never gonna find out who can beat one another. So yeah, it's going to be another season where Chelsea simply cannot beat Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. The last time we done that was 5 years ago in 2018. Now it's going to look like it's going to be a bit longer than that in order for Chelsea to finally beat Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. But so yeah, I was disappointed that we could have won today, but listen, at least the performance was promising. Well, after we scored the first goal, but before that, we looked a bit sloppy. We looked terrible. We looked clueless. We started off really slow. We've allowed Liverpool to dominate us for the last for like 0 to 25 minutes, and but yeah, after that, Chelsea from minute 25 all the way up to the end of 90 will look like the much better team. And like I said in my live watch along, we had Liverpool had more shots than us, but we had more on target, and they've only had one shot on target. But for Chelsea, four. Yeah, Liverpool's shot on target was the goal, but Chelsea was four shots on target was the goal, but the other three was big chances. I think that was probably Nicholas Jackson there. So yeah, really, I'm disappointed that we should have won this game. But listen, we're getting better and better. At least Chelsea are not playing like boring football anymore. But I think the performance needs to get much better, especially in the final third, because you could tell that without Christopher and Nkunku, Chelsea are not the same team. Like the way destroyed Fulham, Wrexham, got a draw against Newcastle, beat Fulham, and all that stuff. We're not the same team anymore. So I really hope that if we can get Kunders who can be a backup for Christopher and Nkunku, then that'll be great because I don't think Conor Chukwuemeka in the first half looked really good as the number 10. And if Christopher Nkunku would have not been injured, we could have won this game. And Christopher Nkunku would have scored those goals. He would have definitely. And that link up between him and Nicholas Jackson would have been something else, but he's injured and he's going to be and he's going to be returning back to Chelsea during December, which is in Christmas period. So yeah, 16 weeks is at least he's not going ACL, which is not that bad. But 4 months, it's not that great to be honest with you. It really isn't that great. So for me, I think we desperately need a new number 10 and a new DM and a new goalkeeper. Those are the only things we can do if I want to see Chelsea finish in the top five and win a trophy. Because with performance like this, I don't see Chelsea finishing in the top five. You know what I mean. So we need to fix this up. So, but before we get started, though, if you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button if you're new. Smash the like if you enjoyed this video. Make sure you click the bell notification so that it never miss any of my streams and my videos that I upload. And make sure you click the share button so that if you're a Chelsea fan, Liverpool fan, or every other rival fan, how do you think that game went, and who do you think should have won that game? Because to me, like I said, we should have won that game because we had so many chances, but some was at the goalkeeper saved, and then Nicholas Jackson should have chipped it in. So we could have beat Liverpool finally, but that didn't happen. So I'm disappointed. But I'm gonna start focus on the positives before I move on into the negative. So first of all, I'm gonna start off the man of the match, and I'm gonna give it to Reece James just a little bit because Enzo Fernandez was close. But I'm gonna give it to our captain, the new captain, Reece James. And I'm telling you, Reece James over on that right hand side as the captain looked absolutely amazing. Yeah, he did what Trent Alexander-Arnold didn't do in that game, which is get past players, crosses it into the final third, win the ball back and all that stuff. I didn't see Trent do that today. I really didn't. All he had to do was defend, and that is it. But I didn't see him get past the Chelsea players. I didn't see him putting loads of crosses in. I didn't see that at all from Trent Alexander-Arnold, and that's why when I saw the lineup, I was thinking to myself, I'm not sure why Jurgen Klopp is still putting Trent Alexander-Arnold as right back when he could play much better as a white midfielder, the right hand side of the number 8. So I don't get that. So Reece James proving why he's the best right back in probably in the world, and why he's our first choice for the England players. So Reece James for me man of the match. The far best player on that pitch today, and a far best creator over on the right hand side. So Reece James I was absolutely fantastic in this game today. If I would have given him a rating, I would have given him probably like an 8 out of 10, because I thought he looked absolutely fantastic, or maybe 9 out of 10, but not 10 out of 10. But I'll probably give it like 8.4, maybe 9 out of 10, because to me he was absolutely saucy. He was amazing, and he looked like the captain that we all love to see. I don't think he'll be like John Terry, but imagine if he does that, like the captain, the leader knows what to do. That would be absolutely amazing. But I don't think he'll be like John Terry, because John Terry is a legendary captain for Chelsea. So there we go. But Reece James done a really good job. So first time he's played as a captain, first time he started as a captain, and he's looking like one of the best players ever. So, and plus, if Reece James gets injured, then we don't need to worry, because Malo Gusto will be the best, will be a really good backup for Reece James, and I'll get to him in just a minute. So yeah, Reece James for me was absolutely superb. Another player, Enzo Fernandez. I thought he started really poorly, but then after that, he was winning balls. He was taking players on. He got fouled too many times, and he had some chances too. I thought his passing was good. I thought the cross was good for Enzo Fernandez. And yeah, like I said, he was this close to get to my man of the match, but I'm going to give it to Reece James. And then after that and then I'm going to give it to Enzo Fernandez. So and guess what? It looks like and guess what? Conor Gallagher. I feel like in the first half he looked a bit shaky. He looked a bit poor. He was losing the ball so many times. He was losing. Yeah, he was very lucky not to allow Liverpool to like take the lead even more. So I thought Conor Gallagher was terrible in the first half, but then in the second half, like I said in my live watch along, absolutely unbelievable. He's looking like sort of like the DM that he's looking like probably like the best backup if Moise Caicedo gets injured, because I'm telling you, he made really good tackles, winning the ball back, the passes was good, everything was good for him in the second half. So you know what? Fair play to Conor Gallagher, because I criticised him. I didn't want him to stay for Chelsea Football Club, but that second half performance, I feel like he's given me a chance, giving me one more chance to let him stay at the club. So yeah, so I thought Conor Gallagher second half performance was much better than the first half, and it looks like maybe those two could be the pivots unless most until we get most Caicedo. So, but all I can say is this: I don't think Conor Gallagher will be alongside Enzo Fernandez this season. I don't think so. For me, the partnership has to be most Caicedo on the left and Enzo Fernandez on the right. Simple as that. So I thought Conor Gallagher did a really good job. Ben Chilwell, the same goes for Conor Gallagher. Before we scored the goal, Ben Chilwell looked a bit sloppy, wasn't running past players. He was losing the ball so many times, allowed Mo Salah to get past him. And after that, he looked a bit more threatening, especially on the left hand side. And of course, he did have chances, but which of course was straight at the goalkeeper. But listen, I thought Ben Chilwell looked absolutely superb, and yeah, for me, Ben Chilwell, if Ben Chilwell gets injured, then I think Ian Maatsen should be our second choice, not Kukureya, because Ben Chilwell is number one left back, then it's Ian Maatsen, then it's Kukureya. Simple as that. So yeah, so I really hope that both Ben Chilwell and Wesley starts to get injured, because these two are simply one of the best wingers um, um, for Chelsea so far. So there we go. So I thought Ben Chilwell started off poorly, but looked a bit more friendly and looked a bit better after we scored the first goal. And plus, He scored the goal in the 38th minute, but he was offside. So that's the only disappointment. But listen, like I said, looked more friendly, looked really good. So yeah, so Ian Matt, so Ben Chilwell looked absolutely superb for Chelsea today after we scored that goal. I thought Thiago Silva, once again, proving to us why he's one of the best defenders in the world. Made some really good tackles, really good clearances, and he didn't allow Mo Salah to score, which of course we're very lucky because Mo Salah was offside, and it was Lee White Cole that made that. And let's not forget, Mo Salah is looking to break that record, but at least he didn't do that. So at least he didn't score against Chelsea. So well done to Lee White Cole for making Mo Salah be in an offside position. And before I get in, and I just want to say I was a bit worried, but also laughing when Mo Salah was angered as coming off as a sub. So yeah, so I thought that was a bit funny. But listen, I think Mo Salah was good, but I don't think he wasn't that. I think he was Liverpool's best player, but I don't think his performance wasn't quite there just yet. So I do understand your frustration, but listen, if you're a manager, you have to make your own decision. So Klopp had to make his own decision to bring him off, and that's exactly what happened. So there we go. So you cannot complain about that one. So yeah, back to the Chelsea players. I spoke about Thiago Silva. Yeah, Cole, I spoke about him. I think he should have at least closed Mo Salah's goal for that first goal, but after that, really good defending. I thought he looked really good after that, especially like I said, cancelling out Mo Salah's goal. That could have been 2-0. That could have probably made Liverpool go 2-0 up, but that didn't happen. I thought Disasi was playing debut. I thought like the other players, I thought he looked really, really poor. I mean, I feel like he should have at least closed and get like close the gap, like get close to Luis Diaz, like winning the ball back and all that stuff. But he allowed Luis Diaz to get in front of him, and that's how they scored the goal. I believe it was in the 20 or is it the 15th minute, something like that. So that's how they have allowed Luis Diaz scored. It's because he allowed that ball to go to get past him. So yeah, but then after that. I thought a massive turnaround because he scored from a corner in the 37th minute on his Premier League debut. So I still have doubts about him, but I feel like he's starting to prove me wrong. Of course, if he does be like Harry Maguire, then I'm worried that we made the wrong signing to sign him instead of another backup defender because of Racing Fofana missing out for the Western Station since he got an ACL. So that's the only disappointment I can say on that one. But I thought he looked good on his debut when he scored that goal, and then after that, thought he looked fantastic. But I think he needs to do much better because when you see I think if he sees like if the opposition player is in front of you, make sure you quickly run and just win the ball back. And if he would have done that, maybe we could have not conceded that goal. So I thought he started off really bad, but then he scored on his debut. So props to him. So props to that Disasi. And yeah, there we go. Who else? Nicholas Jackson. The only disappointment I can say for him is that we had three. I think he had maybe like 3 or 4 big chances. And like I said, most of them were on target. There was one where he hit straight at the goalkeeper, where he should have at least chipped it. He missed that big chance to make it 2-1 to Chelsea in the first half. He had so many opportunities. But listen, like I said, my aim for him hopefully is to at least score like 10 to 15 goals. I don't if he can score more than that, that would be great. But if you want to see the striker that we've been missing, he needs to score at least 10 to 15 goals. So I'm starting to get a bit worried, but listen, his decision making, his press, getting past players, he's up there. He's up there. But in order for him to be like this, like a shooting star, when it comes to big chances created, he needs to do a lot more. But I feel like Nicholas Jackson will do good this season. I really hope, fingers crossed, he can that he proves to work and he can show everyone why he's the real deal. But for me, he needs to improve on his chances. That's the only thing I can say. But other than that, thought he had a really good game. So yeah, I think that might be it for now. Yeah, I think that's it. So I'm gonna move on from positives into the negatives. Let me start off with Sterling. For me, I didn't get why Pochettino started Sterling because Sterling, for most parts, he took players on, he made some really good pass, but his decision making was poor. Um, some of his passes was poor. Like I said, whenever Sterling starts, Chelsea don't look like the same attacking, um, don't look like scoring goals and just counter attacking and all that stuff. So that's why I don't get why Sterling is starting. You know, that's why to me it was starting like that's why we're looking to sign Michael Elise from Crystal Palace, but it looks like it's not going to happen for me. But listen, like I said, if Pochettino, if you're watching this right now, which I don't think you are, the next game against West Ham, put Salah on the bench, start Mudryk, start Madueke, and put Carly Chukwuemeka as the number 10. Simple as that. Because I don't want to see Sterling be play for Chelsea ever again. Which I know it's harsh, and I hope he proves me wrong. But listen, after those performances in preseason and today, he's really putting me on thin ice, and he's like the worst player so far this season for Chelsea. Even in preseason, he looked worse. So I really hope Sterling can prove me wrong, but I don't think he can prove me. I think he's going to prove me right. So Sterling for me looked disappointing. I thought Connie Chukwuemeka didn't have a great game today, but in the second half, he looked a bit better. But in the first half, he looked a bit poor. Who else? I think Robert Sanchez on his Premier League debut made a few mistakes, but other than that, he didn't have much to do. So yeah, for me, I feel like it's only Sterling was our worst player today. Conor Gallagher in the first half was bad. But looked good. The same goes for Conor Chukwuemeka. The same goes for Ben Chilwell. Probably Nicholas Jackson too with his chances. And I think that's it. I think that's it. So yeah. So I feel it's. But for me, Sonny was the worst player. Simple as that. Then Dwayne Mason changed this into the second half, and I'm not sure why it took Pochettino in the 76th minute to make the first change. But yeah, we in the 76th minute we took off Reece James and brought on Malos Gusto. And like I said, he came on. I don't think he was good. He was that great today, but listen, he will still be a really good backup for Reece James. So I can't have a complaint on that one. So yeah, then Ian Manson came on for Colin Chukwuemeka. And I don't think Ian Manson didn't have a great game today because his passing didn't have a single pass and his passing wasn't even that great. So there we go. Mikhail Mudryk came on for Sterling, and Mudryk came on, looked alright, but that chance at the end he should have scored. He really should have scored with that chance. So that's the only disappointing. And like I said, Leslie Ukuchukwu only came on for like 5 minutes, so I cannot tell you guys what he did. So yeah, but I think that's it. So that's how the game went. And before I end this video, I would like to say I think Chelsea were very lucky here not to concede a penalty. I need to know when that even happens. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Chelsea were wow. So let's see, when did that even happen? Yeah, yeah, in the 53rd minute. Yeah, thank you, Google, for reminding me. Yeah, I think Chelsea in the 53rd minute was very lucky because I think Nicholas Jackson was lucky to be on the pitch because to me that looked like a red card and a penalty to Liverpool. I remember that when Reece James got a penalty and a red card, and let's not forget. Brighton got that penalty for that handball, which I don't think it was. Now Liverpool didn't get a penalty, and I keep on saying this every single time. We got one of the best leagues in the world, but poor decisions. So as a Chelsea fan, Liverpool fans, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You did you, I. And even though Liverpool would have got that penalty, I still believe that Chelsea should have won this game 110%. Like I said, we had so many chances but couldn't put it in the back of the net. So I think Chelsea were lucky not to concede the penalty and to let Lieutenant Jackson be on the pitch. So I think Liverpool got what. But listen, other than that, they can say all they want, but they have to agree with me that Chelsea were the much better team. We dominated them. We had more attempts on goal than them, and we should have won this game. It's as simple as that. And I keep on saying this every single time. If Chelsea would want to at least challenge for the title, we need to do one in the final third because in pre-season our attack is getting better and our defending was it's just a little bit, a bit sloppy. But it looks like it's back to reality where our defending sometimes it can good, but it needs to improve. But we need to also improve on our attacking because that's why you saw us scoring less goals last season. So I really hope that Pochettino doesn't go for back three anymore because that's why to me I don't get why he stick to a back three and why Sterling was starting, Connie Gordon Canigo was starting and who else? Um that I think that's it. I feel like the game against West Ham, go to a back four, play start Mudryk, start Madueke, and start Santos because our record at the London Stadium isn't that great. Isn't that great? The last time we beat West Ham at London Stadium was 2 years ago. 2 years ago at London Stadium where there was no fans and Timo Werner scored that goal to make it 1-0. That's the last time. But last season it was 1-1. So I really hope that next Sunday, a London derby at the London Stadium, we go out there, we we beat West Ham like maybe 3-1 or maybe 4-1 and we get the job done because as I coined this video today, the 13th of August 2023, we are in 10th place because of a point. It's still early, but if Chelsea want to finish in the top 5 and win a trophy, we need to improve in the final third because like I said, we were the better team and we should have beat Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. But it looks like it's going to be this game was our ninth game at Stamford Bridge, and it looks like no wins at Stamford Bridge in the last 9 games, which is really, really disappointing. Drawing 6 and losing 3. So that needs to improve this moment in time. But at least we didn't lose under Pochettino's first game as a manager. But I know he'll be disappointed with the amount of chances. And he said that he was confident that we could win this game, but it looks like he got things wrong. But he and I could be happy with the performance because it's promising. Like it's not boring. Well, we looked good, we looked better, we pressed, we caused Liverpool some problems. But like I said, in the final third, it needs to improve as soon as we can. That's why we need a new number 10, a new striker, and Mos Caicedo right this instant. So if we can do that from now until September and things change, then I see Chelsea progressing this season and improving because last season we finished 12th and we're looking to improve that under Mauricio Pochettino. So let's see what happens from now until the end of the season. So yeah, Chelsea's first game in the Premier League ends in a draw. Disappointed we didn't win, but the performance was promising, and we move on into West Ham next Sunday, the same time at 4:30 p.m. at the London Stadium, a London derby. So there we go. Right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. If you did, don't forget if you are new, click the subscribe button below, hit the bonus notification so that you never miss any of my YouTube content, and make sure you click the share button so that you guys could come along and give your thoughts and opinions. Who is your man of the match? Who is your worst player? And what players would you give the players who have started, the manager, and the players who came off the bench? So let me know in the comments down below. Right, guys, see, got to end it there, but make sure you tune in for tomorrow's live watch along for the Monday Night Football, the final day of the opening weekend in the Premier League, and that is Manchester United versus Wolves at Old Trafford at 8 p.m. kickoff. And just before I go, my first prediction was wrong because I predicted 2-1 to Liverpool, but yesterday I had to change it because of Mos Caicedo, and I did win 1-1, and I got that right. So I'm going to get 3 points for my second prediction, but not my first one. So there we go. So that's all I got to say to you guys. Right, guys, have a great weekend. See you guys tomorrow. Look after yourselves. Take care. We move on into West Ham next Sunday, and let's see what we can do. Have a great day, guys. God bless you, and I see you guys very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.